dropping by. Can't Let Her Die DIY. If you found this channel, you found this video, you must have a Chevy Colorado, a GMC Canyon, or a Hummer like this. This is a 2005 Chevy Colorado, 3.5 liter Vortec engine. It's 16 years old, has 415,000 kilometers on it. We can't let this die, no way. We love this truck. But we just hauled it out of the ditch where I found it. It had blasted through a 4-foot snowbank, down a ditch about 6 feet down, and it ended up against a telephone pole.
Sorry about that.
And now I have a permanent cameraman helping me with all my videos. He's a little shy, but he's going to stay on that side of the camera, which is great. And he's also going to be my little helper. This is excellent. Anyway, so now we got a father-son project here, and we're going to have to get this thing fixed and get it back on the road. You want to check out the damage? See, the truck actually was making a turn on a dirt road, was trying to. He turned, he hit ice, the truck did not turn. It slid straight, smashed through a 4-foot snowbank, down into a 6-foot ditch, and ended up leaning against a telephone pole. I got the wood here simulating the angle of the pole. Because the truck was down, most of the force was coming down from the top. So the actual bumper, there's not a scratch on the bumper, which is good. This Aries grill guard really saved the day. It really did. Stopped a lot of damage. Would have been way worse. But the impact, you can see there's a dent here, there's a dent there, and what it did, I'll just get this pole out of the way, it drove this into the hood, put a dent right here, and scooped out. Can you get that? There's a dent right here, and this is a scooped out dent. It drove this part of the grill guard into the hood, damaging the hood. This rubber part hit the grill and broke the grill. Pushed that in, but it protected the radiator. That's as much damage. These lights work perfectly fine, but the tabs on the back are broken. So they're just kind of dangling. So this part of the grill is broken. This light tab is broken. My bug shield took a beating. That's gone. And the hood. So and you can see where it's kind of sprung up here. So that's the damage. That's the mission. If you decide to accept this, we have. Okay, so we got a few options here when it comes to replacing this hood or fixing this hood. Now what we could do, we got a bad dent here. Here's the worst dent. Can you get that? This got pushed in there. There's a huge dent. Now luckily, this dent will be covered by the bug shield. So it's not a big deal. We don't even have to fix that if that's what your budget is. If you have no budget at all, and we're all in a different financial situation here. So if you don't have a lot of money, that's one thing. You can just spray paint that and cover it with the bug shield. No one's ever going to see it. There's a little scooped out here. You could body fill that. You could try to push it back. Maybe you get it most of the way. The bug shield's going to come right here. It's going to cover most of that. Now right here, you have to push this down a little bit so that this straightens out. So you could do that. It costs you next to nothing, the cost of a bug shield. Or you could, if you don't get this totally out, you put some body fill in here and paint it and blend it in. And that's a mid-level repair. But I love this truck and I want it back the way it was. Besides, my son is going to be paying. So I'm getting a new hood, and I'm getting a new hood. And you can get these hoods, are quite cheap, quite economical. Aftermarket hood, $225. Get a whole brand new hood, and it looks pretty strong. It's pretty good. It's just as good as the original, so I'm pretty happy with that. It comes black, so I do have to paint it, but going with the good, costly repair. But it's not really costly because we're doing all the work ourselves, but I do have a buddy that paints for me, gives me an excellent deal. He's a great guy, and he's going to paint the hood for me. So we're going with a new hood. So we got to get this hood off. We're going to get all these other parts off. We're going to bend this grill guard. I don't mind that there's a dent here and a dent there. I got this grill guard mostly for looks, and I like it. It looks a little mean. Yeah, it's got some character. It's like having a scar, a really cool scar, you know. Just keep it. You can tell all kinds of stories about how that happened. It's great. Anyway, so I think I'm going to straighten this out as best I can, put the grill guard back on. But I'm going to take the opportunity to get new lights, new grill, new bug shield, new hood. Get the girl back on the road. And then it may be just me driving this. Check out the new hood. It's an aftermarket hood. It's made by Tong Yang. Comes from Taiwan. Anyway, I know it sounds scary, but the quality's pretty good. Check it out. It comes black. That's the undercoating is black. And that's your other option. You can leave it black. You don't have to paint it. If you don't have the finances or you're in a tight spot right now, leave it black. Actually, this truck is blue with black accents, so it kind of goes. I'm gonna have it painted though, because I got a guy that gives me a good deal on paint. It gives you another level of protection against rust and that. We're up here in the rust belt, snow, salt, so I'm gonna get it painted. But you don't have to. It looks pretty good just like this. And if you have a black truck, a black Colorado or a Canyon, then that may be your decision, your best decision. Anyway, it's a good hood. It's an aftermarket hood. I'm going with it. I'm happy about it. I'm excited to get this puppy on. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to attack this dent right here on this main structural piece. This part between my two fingers is bending this way. The impact came from here down. It bent that, twisted this. So I need to pull this back so it's straight, and that's the first thing I'm going to do. Now, sometimes it's easier to do it while it's attached to the truck. Now you can use a winch, hook a winch on here with a hook, and 2,000 pounds winch or 5,000 pounds, and try to pull it. You could damage it if all the pressure's in one area. You could put it on a metal press, take it off, press it. There's lots of different ways, but I think the easiest way, and one of the cheaper ways, is just to pick up this tool. I got it right here. I picked up this tool. I think it'll help me. I think it'll help you too. It comes in this beautiful case. It's got a bears, it's got a deer. Nice little scene there. And if you open it up, you don't need to buy a tool. We can do this with a piece of 2x4 and a ratcheting strap that you have in the shop. Save your money. I'll show you how it works. This is old school. You got this. So it's straight, it comes up straight here, and then it bends right there, and then it's back straight again. So this section right here has a bend to it. So here is my ratcheting strap. It goes up here, it goes around this little screw that I have in the wood, and then it goes back down on the other side. So it's applying pressure down right here and right here, 2 spots rather than 1. So I'm setting up a lever here with lever action. I should be able to generate quite a force on those straps. Let's see if this is going to work. Never been done before, but it's the first time for everything. Let's see. So I can crank down on this, and there, yeah, see it moving? Can you see that? And I'm putting a bolt. So that's what happened. Take one, it broke the screw, so I'll need a stronger screw. But it did bend it out. It looks straight here. Now there's a little tiny dip right there. Okay, that was my prototype. This is version number 2. It's got the leg bolt there. It's much stronger. And the first one did work. This is all straight right here now. There's only a little bit, about 1.5 inches, that has a little tiny bend to it. So this is take number 2. We got it on there, and here we go. And it's bending, and I got it. So now we got it straight. it's straight all the way down there. So that's good. Moving right along. Okay, the next thing we want to do is pull this main beam away from the truck a little bit. It's only in about 1/4 of an inch. It was pushed in when this whole thing was leaned on the pole. This got pushed into the hood. I'm going to pull this back to its original position. We got our handy dandy lever action tool here, and we're going to lever that. The bend is a little bit right there. Hopefully this works. Let's check it out. So I'm applying about 10 pounds of pressure. It's bending. 20. A little better grip on here. I'm pulling it away. There's about 30 pounds of pressure on that lever. And that has pulled it out a good 1/4 of an inch. It's hard to tell, but I think it needs to come out a little bit more. Can you see the action there, guys? Can you see that bending? That definitely came out a 1/4 of an inch. I would say, to be even with the other side, should be another 1/8 of an inch, maybe 1/4 of an inch. Let's try it again. That's got it. That looks pretty good. Okay, let's take the hood off. We got 15mm bolts here, 4 of them, 2 here, 2 on the other side. So get in here like that. Okay, the original hinges were perfect, in perfect shape. They weren't bent in any way. So we just took the 4 bolts off the old one, and we took, the new hood comes with hinges, but we just took off the new hinges, and we're installing the hood right onto the original hinge right here. I think that's the easiest. So it's just 4 bolts. I got 3 of them in. Here's the last one. And the torque specs on these, just good and tight. And that's what we got. So there it is. Perfect. Now, I did notice a little bend here in the 1/4 panel. My body guy told me he can just bend that out. That's not a problem. He can bend that back. It just needs to come up a little bit. So now, that hood is ready to go get painted. The hood is on. Excellent. Now I'm going to take this off, take off this broken grill, and then I'm going to drive it to my buddy to have it painted. Okay, we're going to remove 3 bolts on each side. So it's these 18mm bolts at the bottom, 2 there, and then there's a 16mm bolt right here. So if we get these off, this grill guard will come right off. You can see that this bracket is straight and this one is curved up a little bit from the impact. So we're going to see if we can bend that back down to a straight position. Right about there. Hey, my truck just came back from getting the hood painted by Kenny. You did an excellent job. Thumbs up. Check it out. There's the hood. He painted this entire hood here. He's got the very exact same color. Kind of bent that back the way it should be for me. And let's take a look. Underneath. Pop that up there. We'll put the light right here. And there it is, the underside of the hood. I painted that as well. Remember, it was all black, and now he put a little coat on there. I didn't even ask him to, and he did that. Gave me a super price. It's good to have a good paint job guy, a body guy. It's good to have connections. So the next thing that we got to do is put the rubber piece on the hood. Remember the rubber piece? I took off the old one. The new hoods do not come with this rubber seal. So we got to put this on. Remember, it's just push pins. Not too difficult. Sort of goes like this. Around there, it makes a nice little seal when the hood is closed. So we saved the rubber piece. We saved the push pins right here. Just those. Easy. They just push in. So I would start in the middle if I was you. And the holes are pre-drilled, which is excellent. It just couldn't be easier. You just push them in like that. Try to get them all the way in. There. And there's probably like, you know, they're every 6 inches or so. Get another one here. And they just go in through there, and they just push in through there, and they hold themselves up. Just like that. Easy. Too easy. You got this. You know what? It's time to get this broken grill off my truck. It looks horrible. Right here's the grill. Now this grill is very easy to get off. I do have a bolt here because I was missing some of the clips. I just simply put a 10mm self-tapping bolt into the steel just to hold that. So that's an option if you guys are missing some of the clips here and it's not, or some of the tabs are broken off. You can just put a little, just a screw in there. Sort of like that. That removes that. We're going to take this grill off. This light, these top blinker lights are attached to the grill. They come off with the grill. So what we need to do is just get the bulb out of the way. Just kind of unclip this connection point here. Sort of like that. Where the wire's connected to this light. And the same on the other side. Just like that. So you just pull up on that, pull this plug off, put this plug out of the way over here. And if you want to look down in here, come around this quarter, there's a clip down in there. You can see it goes in like that. So that is attached there. There's a clip right here, it's normally there, that's pulled out. There's a clip here that I was missing, so I put a bolt in right there. Self-tapping screw, hex hit, and a clip there, so it just snaps in. Another one down in there, and it just comes off like that. My truck's disassembling itself. This fell right off. See, this is should have a tab there that snaps in right here, and that was broken off a long time ago. And I had it just cinched up with a zip tie. So this is coming right now. So my truck is disassembling for me. This is great. It's falling apart. Yours are probably in better shape. So there's a couple of connection points down here with the clips, but where I had that accident, or my son did, I don't even have them attached, so really, it wasn't much holding this on. That bolt was doing most of it. This thing's coming right off. There's nothing to it, folks. There it is. There's one of the clips I was talking about, right? That one there's broken off. And I found my other one. I found this on the skid plate down in there, so that would have been the other one that should be right here, right? So I found that on the skid plate. There's the clip I was talking about. These clips are important because the new grills does not come with clips, so keep these clips because you're going to have to put them on your new grill. That's the grill, just snaps off like a toy, and it's not much to it. Then this bar here is another part you have to purchase, this chrome piece, and that just two bolts there, one bolt there, holds that on. I got that on order. And then the bow tie, I don't believe it comes with the bar either, so you're going to have to take that off. Same way with these two. And reassemble that on the new one. That's all that is. A couple clips, one clip there, one clip there. And this light is broken right here. Check that out. That's fine. I got new lights coming. Right here. I mean, you could, there's nothing wrong with these lights. They work, and I mean, you could jimmy something up to get that fixed again. But I'm just getting, I got new lights already, so I'm replacing both the headlights. Just these two bolts. So if you need to replace your lights, you have to get that grill off so that you can attack these lights. These, I believe these are 10mm bolts, two of them there. Get those off. Okay, to remove the headlights, there's two 10mm bolts, one there and one there, and that's all that's holding that light on. But before you take those off, we got to remove the bulbs inside this headlight. So if you want to come around there, I will point where the bulbs are. You guys probably know this, but some of you may not. So if you can see my pointer down in there, if you can see my pointer right there, there's one of the bulbs, right? So I gotta rotate that. There's a bulb there and a bulb right here. So they're both the same. You rotate them. So if you want to watch me do this, hopefully my hand's not in the way. I push it that way, I rotate it about 20 degrees, and it pops right out, just like that. That's your bulb. Same with this one. It goes the same way. You rotate it, and it releases, just like that. Those are your two bulbs, and they work. So we're not going to replace those. They're working perfectly. Now, we will remove those 10mm bolts right here, and there's nothing to it. Correction, my son is paying for what he broke. That light was perfectly fine, so I'll pay for that. We'll figure it out, but he's definitely paying for something, right? Yeah, that's right. Since I got the grill off and the light off, I got an opportunity to spray in here with my undercoating. I use this dielectric spray, corrosive protection, Termin 8R. It's really good. It's good for electrical. You can get it around the electrical and stuff. But also, if you look in here, check that out. I can see all the way down in underneath the quarter panel here, through the corner panel, above the fender flares. Can you see in there? It's a great opportunity to spray in there, just like this. And really put this oil coating all in there. We have a lot of salt on the roads, and this will prevent rust. So I'm taking that opportunity to do that, and I just did it. A little preventative maintenance, and I'll do all this. And I'll get in here, I'll try not to get any on the light bulbs there, and give her a good coating. Also on the inside of this bumper as well. I'll give it a good coating. And I'll give it extra protection against salt and water and corrosion. So that's what I'm doing. So to protect my brand new hood, I'm going to take the Terminator dielectric grease spray, corrosive free. And I'm going to spray inside the hood right here. In these areas, just give it a good coating. We're done painting and everything, and this will just help on the inside there. So any of these holes, these pre-drilled holes, give her a good spread. All inside your hood, all through here. Prevent that from rusting. And this also drives out moisture. So if water does get in there, it repels water. It's really good. And if you do it up top here, it'll run down like that. So you just leave it in that position. I've done this before, and my hoods really last a long time. They do not rust out on me, so it's good. Just a little tip there. Ah, caught it. Aha. Terminator. Okay, there's one other thing I want to try here. You want to see this bumper? You see, it's not totally straight. It goes down there. There's a big gap right here. I need to bring this bumper, this corner of the bumper needs to be up about right there. Up about 1/4 of an inch, 1/2 an inch maybe. So what I need to do is bend this bumper this way, like that. Push down on here and up on that side. So right, it needs to align that way. The other side's closer, like it's pretty straight over there. But this bumper has been, this is an aftermarket bumper. It was put on by myself. The last time one of my kids put this in the ditch, we had to replace the bumper. And it was never quite straight enough. But I got an opportunity right now to straighten that out. So I'm going to try it. I just want to bring that up 1/4 of an inch. So if you have the same problem, this can happen. Your bumper can sag, or you can hit something very slightly and kind of angle the bumper a little bit incorrectly, and you need to bend it back. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. So I've got this that you saw earlier that we used to bend the grill guard. We're going to use lever action. I'm going to attempt to bend this bumper straight. So we'll put a rag there just to protect that bumper a little bit. This is out of wood, so I don't think it'll damage the bumper, but better be safe than sorry. So you get your ratcheting straps there, and if you attach it right here on this part of the bumper, and then we can do that. Now if you want to watch that corner and see if that goes up, put the camera right in here. I'm gonna use lever action to pry down on this lever. It's gonna pull this way, it's gonna push down here. Can you see that? It's gonna apply lever action, it's gonna push the wood 2x4 is gonna push down. These two straps are gonna pull up, and it's gonna bend the bumper straight. That's the theory. Let's give her a try. Okay, so now I'm doing it. I'm applying about 10 pounds, 20 pounds. Is it bending at all? Just giving it a little bit of a tweak to try to get that bent straight. There. Let me take a look. Now I think that did kind of bend a little bit. Would you believe it? This applies so much pressure onto this bumper that it bends this lag nut. That is bending. So third revision, cut a groove in here, and it's much stronger than that. So here we go. I want to put the camera down there and see if we can get some movement on that bumper. She is moving, but bumper is straightening out, folks. I got about 40-50 pounds on that lever action, which is, I don't know how many pounds on that bumper, but take another look. Yeah. Yeah. We'll give her one more shot. No pan on the, yeah. That looks really good. I'm loving it. It's more level. We're good to go. Okay, now that I got my truck all tore down, the fun part comes. We're going to put it all back together. We're going to start with the headlights. Brand new headlight. Look at it. Isn't that beautiful? Comes with the bulbs already. So I'm going to unplug these bulbs and plug in this headlight and then install the headlight with two 10mm bolts. Simple. Easy. You got this. So right here, if you lift up on that little clip there, these things should pull right out. Like that. And that's a good bulb. We'll save that for later. And the other one. Fingers behind there. Those little clips right here. And pull those out. Now we'll put this in, we'll plug it in, and it goes back on the same way those came off. Right here. It snaps in, easy as pie. Like that, and right there, perfect. 10mm bolts. Get them started with your fingers. And screw them in until tight. That's got it. There's your adjustment there. This goes for the top light. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Okay, we got the beautiful grille, right here. And we also have the grille molding. Now this comes in chrome, like I have here, or you can get the plastic and paint it for the painted version. So this is the chrome, and it goes on here. And it all just kind of snaps right in. Like a Lego piece, just like that, goes like that, and now we take the bow tie, which was good, was not broken, so we got that off our old part. Which way is up? Yeah, I would say it's like that. That snaps in like so, like that. And then you put these little clips on the back of all those points that punch in through. These little clips that we took off the old ones. And that holds it all together. Easy. Okay, to give myself a little more space, I've relocated you to my dining room table. The coast is clear, so you can set it up on the dining room table if you want. You might want to remove the tablecloth first. But anyway, we're into it now. So I got the molding piece on. As you can see, I got these clips on. But it is kind of loose. If you look here, it's really hard to get these clips on, press them down all the way without breaking that pin. They don't screw on, they just slide on. And these ones, because this is not set in, these aren't long enough to put them on, so I put them on backwards and it does hold it. But it's not good enough for me. So what I want to do is put, because I got a little bit of play there on that one, I managed, these are tight and this side is pretty tight. But what I'm going to do is put self-tapping screws, one self-tapping screw through here into that bracket, and same on this side. And on one of them I did problem number 2. I wanted to point out to you guys that this pin broke off. So that's what happens when you try to put it on with the impact wrench. You try to screw it on, it doesn't really screw, there's no threads on that, it's just a push pin. So you got to push these little clamps on. It broke off. Don't panic if that happens. We're going to improvise a solution here. So what I'm going to do is drill a pilot hole and then put that self-tapping screw in there. So this is smaller than the diameter of my screw, just so it doesn't crack, because I believe that'll be the next thing that happens. I don't want to try to self-tap that with this. With this, it's quite thick there, right? I'm scared it'll crack it, and then I'll be in bigger trouble. So drill pilot hole, and this drill bit is 7/64. We're going to drill a hole through there. Sort of like that. Easy. Now, self-tapping screw has an 8mm head on it, hex nut on it. That goes down through the pilot hole and gently, patiently, see what happens. Oh, so it's making its own threads now. Now don't over tighten it. Right there, solid. Oh, beautiful. Now that is on there tight. And GM, that's the way you should have done it. Not with these plastic pegs and steel clips. I mean, come on. But anyway, they just want you to buy more things. We're not doing it. We're improvising our own solution here. So those clips will get in. See the gap there? It's very difficult to get it totally tight, but we got an opportunity to drill a pilot hole right here. Through one piece of plastic, through the second piece, and now with this self-tapping hex nut, it's made for metal. It'll tap into steel and create its own threads and then stay there. It will also work for plastic. Just don't over tighten it. So we'll stick that in the pilot hole there. Let's try this again. Stick that in the pilot hole. Pull that tight without making a mess on your wife's dining room table. She's dripping, and she goes tight. And let's see. Oh, beautiful. I cannot wiggle it. That is secure. I'm going to do the same thing right here. I'm going to pull right there. I've got a little longer self-tapping screw. As you can see, I got a good chunk of plastic in there that I can grip into right through there. Hold that on secure, a little more secure. Do the same thing here. And I managed to get that one on tight. This one's pretty tight too, but I'm going to do the same thing there. Okay, we got our beautiful grill here all ready to be installed. I got the bow tie on, I got the chrome molding piece onto the grill, and the grill has its clips ready to go. Let's see what other surprises GM has for us here. Let's keep moving here. Let's get this thing on. This should be easy. We'll see. So this just goes on, and it's a lot like Lego. It just snaps on. Once you got the clips in place, so you just put it in place, you put the wires right through there. That goes in somewhere like that. Same on the other side here. Put your wire for the parking lights through the hole. Goes in like that. Position like that. So we got some connection points here. We got a connection point right there, goes into that square, there, and a clip right here. So once you get it in this far and it's all lining up nicely the way it is, it's looking good, folks. Looking really good. Now we should do the push in the clips at the bottom first, and you may have to line them up a little bit, especially if your truck's been in an accident, but they should just push right on once they are lined up properly. Okay, I got the 3 cowl clips down here, 1, 2, 3. Installed in the bottom. I think it's easier to get the bottom in there. I had to kind of angle it. They didn't line up perfectly, but I got it in the end. There is some flexibility to this grill. I got a cowl clip right here on the end. That looks like it's lining up. Down in there, I'll get a light so you can see down in there. Right there, it's halfway in. There, that's got that. Now you got these, they just kind of sit in there, right? That will snap in. Let's do the other cowl clip. Right here, it's a little off. You see that? It's off about 1/2 inch. So I'll take 2 hands here, put a little flex on here. If I can see the light, okay. That's about it. And that should just go in like that. There, now those are in. Those are in. And that's installed. Solid. Right? Got this on. Secure. Bow tie. Nice raised out. I'm the only one that has one raised out. Check it out. I kind of like it. It's not too bad. Comes right at you. Now, next thing is to put on the lights, parking lights. Let's go at it. Okay, we got our Eagle Eyes parking light here, brand spanking new. Let's snap this in. We got a little tab here, and this snaps in on this side. So you insert this, and then snap in that to finish the install. So it goes like this. Those tabs go in, insert right there, and bend that a little bit to get that in there. You can see right in here. If you see right there, can you see that? That right in there where the light is? Yeah, right there. That snaps in there. When it hits that groove, it'll hold. So watch. Got it? There. And that snaps in. And that's all there is to install that. Look. So the tabs go in here, and then that snaps in to finalize the process. Then we just simply plug it in. Same way we unplugged it. It goes like that. and it secures in like that. And then this little clamp, I believe that goes right there. Holds that in place. Give me some light. Goes like that. And same on the other side. Nice. Since my son smashed up my truck, he broke my bug shield, so I get a brand new bug shield. This is the AVS bug shield. They say it's easy to install. Let's see if that's true. Let's check it out. It's got some pre-drilled holes here. Hopefully they line up with my new hood. And they seem to line up. Now they give you these little inserts right here, right, that go in these square holes. So if you put them in there, they barely hang in. And when you screw the screw in the center, it expands it on the other side and holds that on. So there's 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4. This goes on like so. Just sort of like that. And it does fit quite nicely, as you can see, perfect. Now that will pull out a little bit like right there, and that's where it'll be. So you get that much of a 1/2 inch. I like the low profile. I find that looks really nice. And so far so good, AVS. But they could throw a curveball at us. Well, we can handle it. You can handle this. You got this. This is darn easy. Anyway, let's get the screws, see what happens. Okay, my new grill right here has a little spot to hold my hardware. Isn't that nice? Anyway, this is the grommet that comes with it. There's 4 of those, and there's 4 screws. So the grommet goes like this. We'll do this one. Let's do this one. So you line that up with the hole. Grommet goes right here. It kind of goes in that hole a little bit. There. And you take one of the screws. And it couldn't be any easier. And then you line that up. And you screw it into the insert that's in the hood. Just like that. And it provides, that's rubber, so it provides a good cushioning effect. Tighten that up. It says not to over tighten it, so we snug it up. And there, that's installed. I've got this one already installed. 2 more to go. Let's snap these puppies in there. It's getting exciting. And you gotta turn that a little bit. There. Get the screw in there. And if I can see, gotta manipulate it a little bit to make sure it lines up into the proper hole there, to the insert, and bada bing, bada boom. It's installed. 3 down, 1 to go. Wow, this is easy. I like it. AVS, good job. Couldn't be easier. Steel screws, not plastic pins with steel clips. Plastic pins that break. This is nice. Don't over tighten it though. There. Okay, what does it look like? It should be low profile. Oh yeah. Nice. That is nice. Now, that is quite nice, eh? Now we do have these little cushioning stickers, and if this does take a lot of wind and it does come down like that. I don't think you really need it, but you stick them right here so that it won't touch your hood. If it does take a hit, a bird hits it, that'll flex down, but it'll cushion so it will not chip your paint. So we'll snap these on. Now you'd want to wash your hood and dry it, but since my hood has just recently been painted, there's no dirt on it. And you know, washing and cleaning is the worst part of every job. So we'll put one there. We'll put one on the other side, right on the corner, like that. So when that bends down, and then we'll put two right here. One right there. Give that some cushioning. And the last one right here, where this is raised a little bit, right there, in there quite a ways, where you'll never see it, but the bug shield will need it. Will land on it if it gets pushed down that much. Now it's quite stiff. It's got some flexibility to it. I do not want to bend it down and break it. But, now the last thing to do is to install the grill guard. This is the Aries grill guard. Now I have a video on that where I installed it the first time, so you guys don't need to see it twice. You want to check out that video, how I install this Aries grill guard. I'm going to put the original one right back on. I mean, this vehicle is 16 years old, and it's got a little dent right here, a little dent right there, and that's it. The rest of it's perfect. So, and I kind of want a reminder for the kids what happens when you put the truck in the ditch, and a little dent or two, 16-year-old truck, kind of means it up a little bit. I like it. I like it a lot. Grill guard going back on. This thing is worth its weight in gold. And it's heavy. Hey, I got the grill guard on. Take a look. Does it look good or what? I'm just giving it a little bit of shine here, a little spit and polish. Clean her up a little bit. It came together pretty good. I love it. You know, you can do this. You got this. It's just taking bolts off, putting bolts on. I did the whole thing myself. You don't need a body guy or a mechanic or anything. You got this. You really do. It pretty much snaps back together. Nothing to it. Anyway, that's the end of the video, guys. Sure, I'm glad to have you come with me through this whole adventure. Give me some comments, good or bad, but I like the good ones. Thumbs up, and hit that notification bell too, so you don't miss any of my other videos. And subscribe. I sure would like you to. But
hey, Dad, the guys want to hang out. Is the truck ready?
No, the truck's not ready. Nope, still got to work on it.
All right, let me know.